Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving face first into a topic that's equal parts hilarious and horrifying: clowns. Where did these painted face figures come from? Why do some of us laugh at their antics, while others want to run for the hills? Let's unravel the very real and very strange history of clowns. So what's the first thing you think of when you hear the word clown? Is it a cheerful character at a kid's birthday party, making balloon animals? Or is it something a little darker? Maybe a sinister grin, glimpsed in a storm drain. This split in our perception isn't a modern thing. The clown has always walked a tightrope between comedy and chaos, light and shadow. To find the earliest ancestor of the clown, we need to travel way back in time to ancient civilizations. Think ancient Egypt. Around 2500 BC, archaeologists have found records of a pygmy clown named Danga, who served as a jester in the court of Pharaoh Dadkaraisi. His job was to entertain the ruler with dances and comedic routines. In ancient Greece, there were characters in plays known for their bald heads, padded bellies, and oversized L accessories who would stumble around for laughs. And in Rome, they had a stock character called the Stupidus, a bald-headed fool who was the butt of every joke. These early figures weren't clowns as we know them, but they planted the seed. They were outsiders, jesters, and fools who were given a unique license. They could speak truth to power, mock the elite, and break social taboos, all under the guise of entertainment. They were both celebrated and separated from society. The clown archetype really started to take shape in Europe during the Middle Ages, with the court jesters. These weren't just goofy guys in silly hats. They were often incredibly intelligent, witty, and skilled performers. They were the king's personal entertainer, but also his confidant and critic. A good jester could deliver bad news or criticism to a powerful monarch without, losing his head. Their costume, the classic motley pattern, and the three-pointed hat with bells, was designed to signal their special protected status as a fool. But the real game changer was Italy's commedia dell'arte in the 16th century. This was a form of traveling theater with a cast of stock characters. Among them were the Zanni, a class of eccentric servants. The most famous of these is Harlequin, or Arlecchino. He was an agile, mischievous acrobat who was always getting into trouble. He wore a patched, diamond-patterned costume and a black mask. He was a trickster, a lovable rogue. Another key figure was Pedrolino, who later evolved into Pierrot in France. Unlike the energetic Harlequin, Pierrot was a sad, melancholic clown. He was hopelessly in love, always getting his heart broken. He wore a loose-fitting white tunic, a white painted face, and often had a single black tear painted on his cheek. He was the first truly tragic clown, introducing pathos and sadness into the clowning world. He made audiences feel sympathy, not just laugh. So now we have two distinct clown types, the bumbling trickster and the sad romantic. This is where the modern circus clown starts to emerge. In the late 18th century, Philip Astley is credited with creating the modern circus in London. To fill the gaps between the impressive equestrian acts, he brought in clowns to entertain the crowd. The most influential of these early circus clowns was Joseph Grimaldi, who was a superstar in Regency-era London. Grimaldi took the white-face design of Pierrot, but made it his own. He painted his face a stark white, added bright red triangles on his cheeks, a wild blue mohawk, and wore flamboyant, colorful costumes. He was a master of physical comedy, songs, and satire. He was so popular that clowns became known as Joeys in his honor. But Grimaldi's life was also filled with tragedy. He suffered from chronic pain from his physical performances, his son died young, and he himself died penniless. His memoirs, edited by young Charles Dickens, painted a portrait of a man who brought joy to thousands, but was deeply depressed in private. It's this idea of the sad clown, the man crying behind the smile, became a powerful and enduring part of the clown's mythology. The clown's journey to America in the 19th and 20th centuries solidified the image we know today. The circus became a massive spectacle, and clowns were a central part of it. This is where the August clown type developed. While the white-faced clown was the intelligent, bossy one, the August was the clumsy, bumbling fool. He had exaggerated makeup, often with a big red nose and oversized clothes. Think of Bozo the Clown or Ronald McDonald. They are classic August clowns, designed to be friendly, non-threatening, and immediately funny to children. For a huge part of the 20th century, that's what clowns were. They were figures of pure, simple joy. Bozo the Clown was a TV sensation. Clowns visited hospitals. They were at parades. They were a symbol of childhood innocence and fun. So, what happened? How did we get from Bozo to Pennywise? The shift was gradual, but we can point to a few key factors. First, there's the mask. The heavy makeup, the fixed smile, it hides the person's true emotions. We can't read their intentions, and that's unsettling. This is a psychological principle called the uncanny valley. Something that looks almost human, but not quite, can trigger feelings of revulsion and fear. A clown's painted face falls right into that valley. Then, pop culture started to tap into this inherent creepiness. One of the earliest examples is the 1928 film The Man Who Laughs, based on a Victor Hugo novel. The main character has a permanent, surgically carved smile, making him a tragic and terrifying figure. This image directly inspired the look of one of the most famous villains of all time, the Joker, who first appeared in Batman comics in 1940. The Joker took the clown aesthetic and twisted it into a symbol of pure homicidal anarchy. But the real nail in the coffin for the happy clown image was a real person, John Wayne Gacy. In the 1970s, Gacy was a community man in suburban Chicago, was active in local politics, managed construction projects, and even performed at children's parties and charity events as Pogo the Clown. He was beloved. But behind the grease paint, Gacy was a monstrous serial killer who assaulted and murdered at least 33 young men and boys, burying many of them in the crawl space of his home. When his crimes were exposed in 1978, the story was a media firestorm. The image of the friendly neighborhood clown being a secret monster was burned into the public consciousness. The link between clowns and pure evil was no longer just fiction. It was terrifyingly real. And then, in 1986, Stephen King published it. King masterfully combined the childhood fear of clowns with the Gacy-inspired idea of a predator hiding in plain sight. His creation, Pennywise, the dancing clown, wasn't a man in a costume. It was an ancient cosmic evil that took the form of a clown to lure children. The book, and later the hugely popular 1990 miniseries, solidified the killer clown as a permanent horror icon for an entire generation. After that, the floodgates opened. We got killer clowns in movies like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, the terrifying clown doll in Poltergeist, and a whole host of other horror tropes. By the time the 2016 creepy clown sightings started happening, where people in clown costumes were spotted lurking in woods and on roadsides, the fear was already primed. It was a bizarre social panic, fueled by social media, that proved just how deeply the scary clown image had taken root. So, where does that leave us? Is the clown dead? Not at all. The clown has simply split. On one side, you still have the traditional circus clowns, birthday party performers, and humanitarian groups like Clowns Without Borders, who use laughter as a form of therapy in crisis zones. They carry on the tradition of Grimaldi and Bozo, bringing genuine joy. On the other side, the dark clown thrives in horror and art. The Joker remains one of the most compelling villains in popular culture. The concept of the sad, tragic clown, the Pierrot, continues to inspire artists and musicians, and the scary clown is a permanent fixture in our Halloween nightmares. The clown has always been a reflection of us. They represent our joy and our absurdity, but also our hidden anxieties and the darkness that can hide behind a smiling face. They're tricksters, fools, saints, and monsters, all rolled into one. They exist on the fringe, holding a mirror up to society and showing us both what makes us laugh and what we truly fear. They are a paradox, and that's why after thousands of years, we still can't look away. Thanks for watching, everyone. What are your feelings about clowns? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. See you next time.